I've just been to see Berberian Sound Studio. Firstly, it's directed by quite an impressive young British director. It's called Peter Strickland, and he does things low budget. His first film was very low budget in Hungarian. This one is largely in the Italian language, but it stars Toby Jones, who's a fantastic actor, and here plays Gilderoy. He's superb throughout. His character is taken to Italy by a film producer to do the sound, because he's a sound mixer, Foley artist, so he's been brought in for their film called The Equestrian Vortex, which is quite clearly an Italian horror genre film, but the directors want to be called horror, and it's the film itself is a very interesting thriller. What I really liked about it was that the sound that he's creating for the film is done to an image we never see. We never see the images, but we hear the noises he's creating. He's smashing up fruit and veg, and he's got a knife, and he's stabbing a cabbage and things, and he's getting women to scream constantly. And I really like the intricacies and the details of recording sound in this manner. You get close-ups of the paperwork that's involved back then, because it's set many years ago before anything digital. I think it's felt 70s, and all that paperwork and how things are written down on the paper that say woman screams here or she falls from a window, all that's very nicely done, and it's very well shot and edited. It knows its genre quite well. I suppose I wish it had a little bit more horror to it. Instead it goes a bit more psychological, and in the final third we go very Lynchian. It may feel a bit of a homage to Lynch himself. It's surreal and it's obsessive and paranoid, and Toby Jones's character gets a little lost in himself and in the job he's doing. But it was very visceral, and it was a lot funnier than I imagined it was going to be. It's quite dark and funny that way, but along with its experimentation and expressionism, it was fascinating to watch. I really, really enjoyed it. Unlike the guy next to me, who was snoring throughout quite a lot of it. So I imagine, I thought the pace was very good, but it is quite slow, and it feels longer than it actually is. So I think the pacing will be a problem for a lot of people, and that we're going on a bit of a story that kind of doesn't conclude itself at the end. It doesn't concentrate very well. But I don't think that's a bad thing. I like surrealism, and I think this is a promising young talent in Peter Strickland. It was very good.